Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome to the Mindset Magic 5-Day Challenge, removing the number one energy block to your success. I'm so excited to have you here. There are lots of subconscious patterns that can block us from accessing our powers and achieving our goals. But one thing I see in most coaches and healers and heart centered entrepreneurs and authors and speakers and all of that, the big one that takes down all the hard work that you've done, all the ground that you've gained, is this imposter syndrome. In fact, the more heart you have, the more imposter syndrome seems to get in your way. Now, let's break that down for a second. What does that term really mean? Imposter syndrome is a subconscious pattern of belief. That's the energy part. The subconscious keeps putting out this frequency that says you're an imposter, you're not good enough, you're not worthy, that sort of thing. And so how does that look? How does it show up in your life? It often shows up as feeling afraid that people are going to find out that you don't really know what you're talking about or what you're doing, that you haven't got all your ducks in a row, that you're not really as good or as together or as perfect as you seem, that maybe even that you don't deserve the accolades and successes that you've received. You may feel that you don't know everything, that you're not... Just a second, let me get this mosquito. Okay, let me try again. Then maybe you're not so perfectly doing all of those things that you're talking about. You're not a perfect example of what you're teaching. So maybe you can start to catch on here that there's a lot of perfectionism involved in this. But there are other ways it can show up too, other feelings. Like insecurity, self-doubt, feeling unworthy or undeserving. It can show up as being afraid to be seen, to speak out, to be heard. It can also show up as overwhelm, procrastination, distraction, not finishing projects, focusing on too many things at once and feeling like you can't manage or you can't accomplish things. Do you feel, as I'm talking, the kind of anxiety that might come up, or frustration, or even maybe depression? Those are classic symptoms of imposter syndrome, just so you know. But worst of all, it can look like talking yourself out of your dreams, postponing them, listening to that little voice of insecurity when it screams or whispers at you, now's not the time. I don't have the money. I don't have the time. I don't have the focus. I'm not ready yet. I have to wait till the kids have moved out, whatever it might be in your particular circumstance. The ultimate result, though, is when you have imposter syndrome, you try to find reasons and ways, you do find reasons and ways to hold yourself back, to not reach your potential, maybe not even try. You'll create ways to hold yourself back without even being aware of it. And that's the really sneaky thing about these subconscious programs. The really treacherous thing is that you may not even know what's going on, because by definition, it's subconscious. It's going on below the level of your conscious awareness. And because it's not in your conscious awareness, it's really hard to notice or identify. And that means that it's really hard to change, to stop it, to replace it with something better. So that's what we're going to be working on together this week. So how is imposter syndrome playing out in your life? What is it doing? And what can you do about it? Before we dive into that, I want to back up a step. Today, we're actually going to start at the end. Where is it that you want to be? After all, if you don't know where you're going, no map, no vehicle, not even a magic carpet could get you there. So we need to know what it is that you're wanting to accomplish. What are your dreams? What are your goals? Because imposter syndrome is going to kick in when it comes to those things that are most important to you, the things that are really at the core of what you would love. So imagine if you had a magic wand or a magic genie or something, and you could change one thing about your life. In particular, this week we're talking about your business. What would you do if you could do anything? And why this is so important is when you focus on your dream, when you write out your dream, what it does is it reconnects you with your potential, with what will bring you joy and meaning and fulfillment. Because I will tell you this one secret about your dream that maybe you haven't been told before. You can have whatever you dream. Because do you know what your dream is? It's not yours. Your dream is the divine dreaming through you, the divine's dream for the world, and the divine's dream for you. So, one of the most important things you can do as an entrepreneur or any kind of service provider really is tap into a vision of something that could be. See, without the skills that creative people like us have, the world can be a pretty bleak place. Winters are cold and long and dark, especially up north here. COVID kept us isolated in our homes. Opportunities are given and taken away, it seems at random. And without vision, without being able to see the world not only for what it is, but for what it can be, we run the risk of getting stuck, getting bogged down in the doom and gloom. My job is to show you that you don't ever need to get stuck because you have power you've scarcely begun to tap. So, what is your dream, dear one? What would you love your results to be? This can be in any aspect of life, but in particular for this week, what is your dream for your work life? And before you answer, consider this. Is this your biggest, greatest, truest, most beautiful, sparkling dream? Possibility is all around us. Every single thing that you look at in your daily life creates or holds a seed of potential, particularly to people like you. See, you're here with us on this challenge because you are creative. You have a vision for the future. You see the world in a way that's a little different from everyone else. Where they see a ball of yarn, you see a coat for a dog or a blanket for a homeless person or a trail marker to lead you out of a labyrinth of confusion. So, what would your dream be if you gave yourself permission to dream anything, to dream as big and as wild as the divine who planted this dream in you? The divine who, just for comparison, has dreamt up cuttlefish and oysters and horsetail ferns and hummingbirds and duck-billed platypuses. The divine who essentially said, "Let there be light," and light was born into the whole universe. Nothing is impossible to the source that made you. The source has given you permission to dream bigger, dream wild, dream like you are a co-creator of reality, because you are. And then share that dream with us and let us dream your dream with you. That's your challenge for today. Write out what your dream would look like if you had full divine permission to live any dream you'd love, which you do. What would it look like, feel like, be like for that dream to be manifested in its fullest, most beautiful capacity? So that's our exercise for today. This mosquito's killing me. Cancel. That's your exercise for today. You can do this in writing. You can find pictures. Pictures are a really great way to do this, in fact, because it helps you visualize your dream. You can even paste in a picture of yourself. That's, put yourself in the picture. That's powerful magic. And now take it one step. Oh, wait. Pause that. And what am I going to do about this mosquito? And remember to post it in the comments underneath this video post, because this is where you will be eligible for the prize draw for today and for the grand prize at the end of the week. There's details in the Facebook group on how to do this, how to engage the most powerful magical vision of your dream. I'm going to post that in the group for you. And be sure to comment on other people's posts as well, remembering to do so in a very positive, supportive way. Let's uplift each other in overcoming this limitation, because we really do need the support of other people to break through this kind of a block. Check in on others' dreams, give them the benefit of divine belief. And if this feels unfamiliar or uncomfortable to you, don't worry. We're here to believe in each other. So let your comments reflect that. So thank you for showing up today, dear one. You're doing really great. Just being here is a really big step. You are already starting to shift that subconscious pattern just by showing up. So excellent work today. And one more thing, you absolutely have to join me in our Facebook Live event today at noon Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern. Why? Because we're going to be talking more about your dream and how it can help to make your life brighter, happier, more fulfilling. And I'm also going to be adding an extra magical tip. Yes, that's right. We're going to do some more magic on this. And you're only going to get that if you either join me live or watch the live replay, which isn't quite the same. So noon Pacific time, please join me and let's hang out together because I'm really loving what we're doing together here. See you there, dear one.